Okay, so the New York Giants have signed Adoree Jackson to a 3-year, $39 million deal. I just did a video on Adoree Jackson about an hour ago. Just gave you a little bit of an update. He had dinner with Logan Ryan last night and was set to meet with the Giants today, but a deal has been agreed to, a 3-year, $39 million deal. It's an interesting contract. I thought that he would probably sign a 1-year deal and then go back out. He's only 25 years old, then potentially go back out on the market next season after maybe proving himself a little bit. But it looks like both sides, they wanted something more long-term, $26.5 million guaranteed. This is a big signing. Big signing for a player who I mentioned in the last video. I'm not a huge fan of Pro Football Focus and their grades. I like their stats, but not their grades. The 4th highest graded coverage grade among cornerbacks on the outside since 2018. You look at his passer rating, 94 in 2019, 89 the year before. Last year only played 3 games, so his stats don't mean too much. This is a talented player, former first-round pick. Spent 4 seasons with the Titans. He also had Jabril Peppers and Darnay Holmes. They were recruiting him too, so the Giants really did a nice job recruiting some of these big free agents. Even Daniel Jones was said to be recruiting Kenny Golladay. So I'll tell you what, I mean, this Giants team, there seems to be, I think a lot of it has to do with Joe Judge and the culture that they've built. I don't know. They seem like they're ready to go. They're taking things seriously. They want to win football games. And I think the recruiting says a lot about the players, but also the culture and what's expected of this team. And players are signing on long term, saying, I want to be a part of this for years to come. So this is obviously a big, big signing right now. The Giants can do whatever they want in the first round. I've said this a few times. They can do whatever they want. They just got a young corner who is under a 3-year deal now. Again, 25 years old. James Bradberry, he's in the prime of his career. They still have him for a few more years. So they really have this group of players together for another few years. The first round, they can do whatever they want. They want to add an edge rusher, a defensive lineman, wide receiver, wherever they want to go, offensive line. It doesn't. They're kind of at the point where they can just add the best player that's available in the draft. So this is obviously a huge deal for the Giants, and it's at a tough position. Some people, the initial reaction I saw by some people that were not Giants fans was that he got overpaid, right? He got overpaid, but it's tough to find good corners. That's a pretty good contract for a player who is right entering the prime of his NFL career and has been productive. He's been a productive corner in the past. So now you add him to a secondary with Bradberry on the other side. Logan Ryan, Jabril Peppers, Xavier McKinney, Darnay Holmes. This Giants secondary in a pass-happy league is set up for success. And you look at last year, the top 10 teams in defensive pass defense EPA, 7 of those top 10 teams made the playoffs. You need to be good against the pass in today's NFL. You have to be good against the pass. Teams are throwing it left and right, and I think that's something that Dave Gettleman understands and the Giants understand here. They can piece it together with their pass rush. They were 10th in pressure percentage last year with Carter, Zimenez out for most of the season, Golden traded, but they are not going to be cheap when it comes to their secondary. They've spent money, and they've spent high resources, legitimate resources, whether it's the signings of Bradberry and Adoree Jackson, whether it's getting Jabril Peppers in the Odell Beckham trade, signing Logan Ryan, giving him a nice contract, Xavier McKinney, their second-round pick last season. They're not afraid to spend legitimate resources on their secondary and really bolster it, and that be kind of the heartbeat of their team right now. I mean, they're really keying in on the secondary. They've obviously spent in other areas, but this is a huge signing for the Giants.